5 ways to take better lecture note. As a student, you will no uncertainty go through a long stretch of time composing extensive notes in your talks, classes and study gatherings, so when it comes round to test time you realize that you have each and every reality recorded, in this manner giving you the best possibility of progress. Be that as it may, with regards to changing you have to genuinely alter your year of notes so you have something compact however helpful to work from. The way to composing valuable talk notes is to compose something that invigorates your brain into recalling huge segments of data and clearly to compose something that causes you to comprehend the data. For instance, on the off chance that you had spent a talk finding out about economies of scale, you will maybe have taken a few notes including a careful meaning of economies of scale, a few outlines or diagrams clarifying the idea, and afterward maybe definite a few instances of economies of scale practically speaking. These full talk notes might cover pages and pages of paper. A few students are glad to just re-examine from these notes, learning each and every sentence in exactly the same words, which may push you somewhat however, except if you are asked explicitly to give a definition, draw a chart and notice a contextual analysis, you may end up confronting challenges. It is better in this way to make notice that permit you to learn and afterward review the basic data, yet that additionally permit you to comprehend the subject and have the option to apply your insight because of any inquiry presented. For instance, what are the preferences and impediments of economies of scale? To do this you should begin by understanding the key components of the theme you have to update. When you have set up somewhere in the range of 5 and 10 key components, then you should hope to show some further detail, utilizing projectiles under every one of the key headings. These slugs ought to be sufficiently full to assist you with reviewing the data, however not very point by point, so they cause you to learn in parrot design. On the off chance that vital you can, at that point include further detail under every one of these projectiles and proceeding thusly until you have secured the entirety of the basic substance. An ordinarily utilized strategy for taking talk notes is to apply the above philosophy inside a brain map. With mind maps you show your lecture topic on a solitary piece of paper. To begin a brain map you compose the subject heading in the focal point of the page, and afterward, as opposed to utilizing visual cues, you draw arms spreading out of the theme heading, and run down any important data toward the finish of each arm. You would then be able to expand these arms with ensuing point of interest utilizing further branches, to make a guide impact. The outcome is a visual portrayal of your insight, with the hypothesis being that it is simpler to review data when you can picture it, and a brain map is an incredible method to do this. Top note-taking tips. These are the best ways to take lecture notes. 1. Go to class arranged. Continuously have an arrangement and have faith in it. No good thing occurs unintentionally. Chuck Knox. Use a 3-ring cover rather than a winding or bound book. Pages can be handily evacuated for exploring. Freebies can be embedded into your notes for cross-referencing. You can embed your own out-of-class notes in the right request. Ellis. Bring highlighters to class. Teachers will every now and again offer remarks like, "This is a significant idea," or, "Ensure you get this." These are immediate pieces of information that this will more than likely be on a test. Featuring these notes will help remind you later this is unquestionably something you have to know. Read relegated material and past class notes before class. Make documentations about material or ideas you don't comprehend. Look into jargon words that are new to you. You will have a superior comprehension about what the educator is addressing about, and that will permit you to more readily unravel the more significant purposes of the talk. 2. Improve your listening abilities. Figure out how to tune in and you will flourish even from the individuals who talk severely. Plutarch, AD 46 to 120. Greek biographer and logician. Start by entering the homeroom with an uplifting mentality. Going to class thinking, "This is the last spot I need to be today," just makes way for oblivious tuning in. Moving toward addresses with an uplifting demeanor permits one to be liberal and empowers you to capitalize on the data introduced. Make a cognizant exertion to focus. Focus on concentrating. Without fixation there is no center, and without center there is no learning. Hawk 190. Adapt to whatever heading a talk takes. At the point when a talk takes a startling temporary reroute, say a student poses an inquiry you aren't especially keen on, student tend to daydream. Before you know it, the talk refocused 5 minutes back, and you missed urgent data that ought to have been noted. 3. Build up a note-taking technique that works for you. Learn, look at, gather the realities. Ivan Petrovich Pavlov. Adjust the structure and association of your notes to build your note-taking velocity and cognizance later. Start each new talk on another page, and date and number each page. The grouping of material is significant. Write on one side of the paper in particular. You can set them out side by side for simpler evaluating when reading for a test. Leave clear spaces. This permits you to include remarks or note addresses later. Make your notes as brief as could reasonably be expected. Never utilize a sentence when you can utilize an expression, or an expression when you can utilize a word. Berkeley. Develop an arrangement of shortened forms and images you can utilize at every possible opportunity. Note all new jargon or ideas you don't comprehend. This reminds you to find them later. 4. Give close consideration to content. There is an extraordinary contrast between knowing a thing and getting it. Charles Kettering. Recognizing what and the amount to record is now and then troublesome. Depend on a portion of the accompanying tips for what to remember for your notes. Details, realities, or clarifications that extend or clarify the primary concerns that are referenced. Remember models. Definitions, in exactly the same words. Enumerations are arrangements of things that are examined. Material composed on the blackboard or on a straightforwardness, including drawings or diagrams. Information that is rehashed or illuminated. 5. Survey and alter your notes. Thoughts won't keep. Something must be done about them. Alfred North Whitehead. Scholastic Aptitudes focuses and different experts on powerful examination abilities consider assessing and altering class notes to be the most significant piece of note-taking and basic to expanding learning limit. It is critical to survey your notes inside 24 hours. Edit for words and expressions that are obscured or don't bode well. Work out condensed words that may be hazy later. Edit with an alternate shaded pen to recognize what you wrote in class and what you filled in later. Fill in catchphrases and inquiries in the left-hand section. Note anything you don't comprehend by underlining or featuring to remind you to ask the teacher. Compare your notes with the coursebook perusing and fill in significant subtleties in the clear spaces you left. Conclusion: consider revamping or composing up your notes. A generally simple path for understudies to improve their maintenance and cognizance is by figuring out how to adequately take notes. A few investigations have been done on the significance of taking talk notes in school and how doing so improves an understudy's evaluations. To start with, it is critical to comprehend why taking notes is so significant. An individual's capacity to recollect material introduced to them blurs rapidly. Know the 15 stupid mistakes that are killing your GPA and the top 10 study tips to revive your dying GPA. Thank you for watching this. If you find this video informative, do like and subscribe and let us know in the comment below about sharing your thought in this. See you in the next video, and until then stay tuned to aid the student.